There are some new questions about how Michigan police officers are trained after a private company that was set to come here and train officers got flagged for illegal policing tactics, glorifying violence, and denigrating women and minorities. So Will Jones is working this investigation. He joins me now. Well, it's good to see you. How did you even hear about this to start looking into it?
Well, Christy, we saw a story in the New York Times about the New Jersey office of the state comptroller, their report, their investigation of a police conference in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and it was attended by nearly 1,000 police officers from across the country. And we learned that the company that hosted that conference has ties to Michigan. So my story tonight is investigating private police training vendors. I want to give you a little clip of the story that will air later at 5:45.
Have a day where you go out and go, I'm going to pull over 20 people in a row for the sole purpose of asking them a series of questions and make up your own questions. Something as simple as, hey, how you doing?
This is one of several videos released in a report by the New Jersey Office of the State Comptroller following an investigation of a law enforcement training conference in Atlantic City attended by nearly 1,000 police officers from across the country. At this 2021 conference, hosted by Street Cop Training, instructors seemingly encouraged unconstitutional police practices. But that was not their only offense. For example, the report details a presenter using a meme of a monkey after describing a traffic stop involving a 75-year-old black man.
They denigrated women and racial and ethnic minorities. They promoted a warrior mentality and glorified violence. They belittled internal affairs. They dehumanized civilians.
It's unknown if any Michigan police officers attended the conference. But up until the release of the comptroller's report, Street Cop Training was eligible for state funds to train Michigan police officers.
We reviewed that report and were alarmed by it.
So the state took action. They suspended their eligibility to receive state funds while this is under review. So we're waiting to see what the results of this state investigation. But essentially, private police training is training after officers get out of the academy. So it's a professional development for officers, and companies who want to receive state funds for this training, they register with the state, Christy, and some, they don't even register with the state because it's not worth it, because departments will use their own resources to pay for this training. But what I learned with this story, there's really not much regulation over what these officers are being trained. It's kind of determined by the marketplace. Word gets around that, hey, this company gives good training, this company gives bad training, so that's how it works. But some people say there needs to be regulation to make sure that these officers are getting properly trained, Christy.
Absolutely. That was really surprising to me, Will. I mean, when we talk about policing, and we keep coming back to there needs to be better training for policing so they can assess citizens in a dignified way, and we look and that there is no regulation here. Do we know if this group was planning to come to Michigan with any other local departments? Because you said departments could use their own funding and find the training that they wanted.
Well, the Troy Police Department was set to host them, but after MCOs suspended their eligibility to receive state funds, Troy Police Department decided to cancel the training. And here's how it works. So a police department will host the training and they will get free seats for their officers, and then other officers will pay for that training. So we don't have any idea what other departments were planning to use it. But according to their website, they're planning to come to Michigan for training in Metro Detroit. We reached out to that police department to see if that training is still going to happen, and one outside of our area in Michigan. But yeah, it's really up to the departments whether or not they want to continue to use this training vendor.
Yeah, it's a great investigation, Will. Looking forward to seeing it tonight at 5:45, of course, here on Local 4. Thanks so much. We'll see you a bit later on today.